like to think I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I don't get upset about things. The things that do upset me irritate the hell out of me. Which leads me to this thing in video games where we spell the names wrong on purpose to try to be cute. Yeah, that's gotta stop. Capitalizing letters that shouldn't be capitalized, squeezing words together. So this game almost made my head explode. What is that? What is that? That's supposed to be AiRace combined into one word with a capital R in the middle? Why? Why do that? Fortunately, the R stands for rad, because this game's rad. Now, I'm gonna call it AiRace, and if that's wrong, hey, can't be wrong, because that's not a real word. It is a real game, though, and it's a freaking screamer. Following up the original AiRace on DSiWare, AiRace Speed comes to the eShop with the throttle down. Does that mean it's going fast? I don't know anything about throttles. Point is, the game's fucking fast as balls. So if you combine the gameplay of Star Fox and F-Zero, you'd basically get... Actually, you wouldn't get anything. Nintendo doesn't care about those games and they just laugh at you. But AiRace is kind of like what that combination might be. You fly these futuristic spaceships from the future, and you have to beat the clock in 18 different courses, which are also from the future. But a future where, like, oh, the roads are built by lunatics and genocidal madmen. See, the real men aren't afraid to crash. Captain Falcon was a real man. Fox McCloud was an animal. He wasn't a man at all. But they'd feel right at home in AiRace. And if you like those games, you will too. This is a really solid racing game. What's cool about it is that you constantly have to balance risk and reward. Because you have to accelerate if you want to earn all the stars. But acceleration is kind of risky in AiRace. I mean, you're blasting through these tubes that are filled with columns and walls and things that look like openings, but wait, oh, that was a wall. And getting a qualifying time, not an easy thing to do. So it's fast, it plays well, it reminds me of games that I like, but for some reason have gone the way of the dodo. So what are the drawbacks of AiRace Speed? Well, unless you're really into like gray walls, it's kind of a boring looking game. Which sucks because the graphics are actually pretty good from a technical perspective. It's just, yeah, I guess hating color is part of being a genocidal madman. And again, there are 18 tracks, which is a nice amount, but it actually feels like less because of how repetitive they look. There are online leaderboards, but there's no multiplayer, which kind of sucks. So even though the core gameplay and design are really solid, it does have some of those downloadable game drawbacks, which is to say it could use more variety and more stuff. I'll tell you what though, even as it is, this is a really good 3DS game. The speed is impressive, course design's great, and you know, when you're screaming through these tunnels, avoiding obstacles almost on reflexes alone, there's definitely a feeling of exhilaration. I mean, AiRace Speed obviously isn't perfect. You just look at its spelling. But in a world without F-Zero, Nintendo fans couldn't ask for more.